Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Adam and Steve, not
Adam and Eve,
the podcast where we bite the apple. Anyways, how are you, Adam?
I'm doing fabulous.
Really?
Yeah, I'm doing really well.
You look well.
Yeah, it's right now. It's Thursday. Thank you. I look well. I'm so happy that
you don't look haggard and tired, so that's always a good.
Usually I do. So I mean, I guess I'm feeling fabulous. I look fabulous.
You look, and we're having champagne. So
yeah,
I
it's
mean,
Thursday. Tomorrow's Friday.
Right.
It's about to be the weekend. So
yeah, we're celebrating pre-weekend, right?
Yeah,
Not that we have anything big planned. You know what? I don't have anything big plan this weekend.
Me neither.
Which I love.
I know. I'm actually looking forward to it, especially because my back and forth San Francisco LA life has been pretty busy, so it's always nice when I have at least one weekend to kind of
your bi-coastal life.
But I'm actually like super excited though because we have a guest and he's very special and dear.
Why don't you interest me? You swear. All right. Well, why don't we do you want to introduce him or should we let him introduce himself?
It's Dax Lopez.
Yes.
Hello, guys. My name is Dax Lopez, and I'm excited to be here. This is like super interesting. See you guys like making this happen. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, thank you for coming here. Coming on.
It's
very awesome. I met Dax through officially. I think we probably met briefly in the past, but officially through my boyfriend Sergio, and I think Stephen has probably talked to him a little bit more out at the bars and stuff. But yeah, I've met you at officially at the Oakland Pride Fest where you choreographed the routine at the circuit party that Sergio threw. Yeah, it was really good. Yeah, and you're just such a sweetheart. Yeah.
Thank you. Yes.
Yeah. We would just see each other around, and I'm friendly, so I talk to people.
And
like I talk to people all the time. And especially when you drink, that helps. You just start talking to any and everybody. Adam's like, "Let's go."
No, Stephen. Yeah.
I'm like, hold on, I'm coming. We love. Thanks for coming on. We love having you as a guest, and we'll
excited to hear about your story.
Yeah, we'll get into it and get nosy into your life. And
drop it.
And we'll get nosy and all personal with you in a little bit. But before that, what's going on in the neighborhood? Like, what's happening?
No, I don't even know lately. I mean, I feel like I know one thing, but it's a little like it's not exciting to talk about.
What?
It's death.
I mean,
it's
Betty
like Betty White.
I
don't know. You know what I mean? Like, but I feel like we have to pay tribute and mention her. Especially you're like a huge Golden Girl. Do you watch Golden Girls at all or no? No.
Okay, y'all need to do better.
I've watched it.
Let me take a note.
You are bad gays.
I know.
You are bad gays for not watching the Golden Girls. Like, you need to watch it and watch it multiple times over. It's amazing.
I hear about it, but I grow on my like Latin influences in Mexico, so it's like all the things going on there.
Yeah. Oh, right, that's an excuse. You need to get to the Golden Girls. I mean, it's like the original Sex and the City. Like, you know what's funny though is that the girls on Sex and the City that like the ages that they are on Just Like That are literally the ages that the Golden Girls were when it came on.
Really?
Like, that's what they were supposed to be in the show, like in their like late 50s. So funny, but look at the difference of how they looked back then and how they look now.
Yeah, isn't that weird how over time, like, it just changes. I feel like older ladies back then just always had the same hairstyle. It was always like I don't even know what you call that.
I don't know. But now the older ladies are like hot mamas now. You know what I mean? Like everybody's all hot.
Hopefully that's going to be us in our 50s.
Oh, I'm definitely.
I'm going to be a hot old lady.
Oh. Like, I'm going to be a hot bitch.
I've already decided.
Oh, me too. I already decided. I'm going to be hot. I already know how I'm going to dress. I just want to look expensive. Right? Nobody wants to look.
I just want to keep going out and have fun, even if it's 56. I don't know.
Listen, gay men, we are the ones, like, you can go to a party and see a 60-year-old living it up and looking good.
Yeah.
So
I know when I say that, I always say, my friends, that's going to be me.
No. Listen, why not? I want to, when I'm older,
still have fun.
Yeah. I want to dip it and do it.
I don't know if it's going to be as much.
It probably won't be.
Reel it back a little bit, Yeah. But
it probably won't be as much. But I just feel like, why not? Like, there's no rule that says you got to turn in your card at a certain age and not have fun and do things, right?
And it all depends on like what your responsibilities are. I feel like a lot of people that do that, for one, I feel like probably it's more, maybe this isn't an accurate statement, but more straight people because they have families, they have kids, they get grandkids.
I mean, I
It's
think
like,
that's an accurate statement.
yeah, I mean, I guess, right? But I mean, there could be gay people
No, I
that
know.
like get
There's
older
plenty-
and like don't party anymore.
Yeah, no, there's
but
plenty of gays that don't party too. Like,
Yeah.
we know that. We're just
yeah,
being,
Yeah.
trying to crack a funny.
Whatever works for you.
yeah. But if
Yeah.
I don't have any, kids or grandkids or anything, like I'm gonna have fun still.
Well,
you know?
yeah, and especially if you still like, if you don't have that, that frees up a lot of money
Mhm,
too, as well,
exactly.
to like travel
To spend
and
on
do
yourself.
things. And seriously, well, look, if you don't buy it for you, who's gonna buy it for you?
Mhm. Yeah.
For the most part,
Yeah.
you know what I mean. Like
Mhm.
Beyonce said, "It's just me, myself, and I." That's all I got till the end. That's what I found out.
That one I know.
Right now, you like, I know her.
My golden girl.
Yeah. Well, listen, I'm not arguing with that one
Yeah.
either because I love me some B.
Oh, love her.
Yeah. But yeah,
I love how she always comes to the conversation somehow.
I know.
I know.
Right?
Yeah,
It's true.
especially amongst the gays. Yeah.
Even online, like somebody can post a video of whoever singing and they'll be like, you go in the comments and somehow Beyonce's always brought up. You're like, this ain't even about her.
Facts.
Right? You look at the comments, you're like, how y'all bringing up Beyonce in this? Like,
And if you don't see anything, you'll be the one. Like,
right? You're like, well, if Beyonce had done this. It's so true though. It's like people will always find a way to bring up Beyonce into everything. But I'm here for it. It's fine.
Me too. It's my diva. Who's your diva, by the way?
Beyonce.
It is
Yes.
Beyonce. Okay.
Like my top one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Absolutely.
fuck yes.
Oh,
yes.
we love you even more.
Yes.
I have my few, but she is definitely up there at
Yeah.
the top for me, for sure. Like
Same.
we love our Beyonce. She needs to go ahead and drop some music. So if you're listening, B, I need something new.
Yes, please. Oh my God. If Beyonce is listening to our podcast right now, I would just like
Oh my God, that
fall
would
over in my chair. I would be like, I wouldn't even know what to do with myself.
You never know.
Oh my God.
be like, if you are listening,
Yes.
we need something.
You know what? We should probably just make a bunch of random episodes about her. And
I
maybe
know.
one day she'll eventually
She'll
just listen.
She'll be like, okay, y'all need to stop talking about it.
You're obsessed.
You're right. You're obsessed with me.
You're
It's a
so
little.
obsessed with me.
Oh my God. Well, other than Betty White, see how we turned that around?
We did.
now?
We turned
made
it around. A little funny thing,
Yeah. Well, look,
It's
last
Betty
house-
White. That was her personality. She
Yeah.
always ended up being funny and just
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she lived to 99. That's a good long life.
But bitch, I would have been a little bit pissed that I didn't make it to 100. Like just one more, just so close.
She was close too. She was, because didn't her birthday just pass or something? I don't know. I think she was close.
Yeah.
But yeah. But other than Betty White, I don't know what else is going on. I really haven't been watching the news much. I mean, there's still COVID. Like, yeah, there's still that
never gonna go
situation that,
away.
yeah, exactly. So at this point, I think we're just all trying to learn how to live, amongst COVID, in whatever way you can. I don't know what else. Like, I really kind of haven't been watching the news. I used to get up every morning and try to turn it on, but then sometimes I have to step away,
Yeah, it's a little too depressing.
Yeah.
Puts you in a weird headspace.
Yeah, and I don't know what's going on in the neighborhood. Like, I feel like I do know, and then when we hit record, then I just like lose everything that I was gonna.
I will say that I'm excited about the new bar/club that's gonna open. Heart in WeHo. I think it looks really cool from the things they posted. I hope it lives up to the
I'm
expectations.
gonna see you guys there.
Yeah, that's the old rage. Like that.
You're gonna be
YouTube-
dancing there?
Yeah, I'm gonna be doing the shows there.
Oh, that's
perfect.
amazing.
Okay, we'll get into
Starting
that.
every Saturday. Yeah.
Yes. You know what's so funny is like you boys don't know about Rage, like the club that it was before that. Like when I first moved here, like Rage was happening. Like every night it was like popping, and it was like there was a long line to get in. We used to have fun. As a matter of fact, I used to have a dance group and we used to perform in Rage. So
That's awesome.
little tidbits that I drop every now and then that you don't know. Yeah, I did that. And then they used to have like a dance contest. And I remember I was a judge one time along with a couple other people. I think Gil, the guy that does choreo for Janet, was one of the judges with me once. Rage used to be popping, but then I think it just fell to like bad management because like my old roommate used to work there. He did lights and then he was a DJ, and so we used to be in that place all the time. And then it just went dark because nobody was going. So it's great to see new life.
Like a phoenix.
Yeah. It's a great space though. And like if you guys haven't, like I know you've been in with me, we used to go to Amber's show, but like we never got to do the
We
whole.
didn't go all the way through.
Yeah,
It was always just in the front part, so I didn't really see all the way in the back.
Yeah, and there's upstairs too that wraps all the way around. So it's gonna be. I mean, it's a great space. So it'll be. It's really nice that they're bringing that back, and you know it'll be packed.
Yeah,
you know it'll be packed because
especially I mean, look at Rocco's.
Exactly.
Rocco's is packed all the time
from day one.
And you know Lance is part of that, and then I don't know who all the owners are of Heart, but I know Lance is one of them. So I'm sure it's gonna be good.
It's nice that you'll be doing shows.
Yeah,
there, so
I'm
we'll
excited.
talk about that. Yeah, me too. I'm excited about that. I don't know what else is.
What are we watching these days, TV wise?
Oh God! And just like that,
Sex in the City. You watch Sex in the City?
have seen just the billboard, but I know you guys were talking about it.
Listen,
You know that Sex in the City movies are really fun, actually.
They are fun.
They make me laugh a lot.
But now, Dax, you're gonna have to start coming over. I'm gonna have to like get you up to speed or something because your gay card over here is just. No, it's good. It's fun. If you liked Sex in the City, of course, it's great to see those characters back in your life. Euphoria just came back.
I haven't watched.
I love Euphoria.
Yeah, it's a really good show.
It is.
And Zendaya, she's just amazing in it. And
she is incredible.
Right?
Yeah, I didn't know she could act like that.
I believe her more in her character than her real life now.
I know. I'm like, oh, she's a drug addict.
Right? You're like she's cracked out.
She's went to rehab, but she's back doing drugs.
You're like, it is. That's a great show, but it's just like I did not have a high school life anywhere near what those kids do.
No, me neither.
Like me neither.
I mean,
I know a little bit of it's sensationalized for TV, but this is LA. Some of those kids probably live close.
Yeah,
to something like that.
I drank and like smoked weed at a certain point throughout high school, but they're like doing the most.
I didn't do anything.
And I feel like even just in terms of like people's sexual orientation and like that's what's so interesting about the show is that you get to see like gay, trans, you know, it's just like that. And it's very, that's happening with a lot of shows.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I like how they kind of just like put everything out there, whether or not it's a little unrealistic for the age range that they have. It's just it's kind of just there, you know?
But there is a lot of kids that are actually out in high school now, in junior high and stuff like that. Like, I mean, in my school, nobody could have been, you know, when I was in high school, but like, don't you wish you kind of could have?
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, I got picked on for being gay in high
Right.
school, and I was like, no, I'm not gay. like, now look at me. Like, I'm just like, you know,
You're
walking
like-
around this glitter
you're like,
just like falling
right?
all around me.
You're
You
like,
know?
I actually love like all the artistic part about it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
For example, I've even been considering to try to do some kind of cool makeup on myself
Yep.
sometimes
Yeah.
because I get inspired about that.
Yeah.
So like there's a lot of other things in Euphoria that I think are really
Yeah.
good besides just the
Yeah.
story and the limits that they're
Yeah.
breaking.
yeah.
And like the music's good. It's filmed very well.
Yeah, the cinematography
Yeah.
is
I love the
incredible.
cinematography.
It
It's
is.
it's incredible. It's a really good show. I mean, it can be a little heavy at times.
Yeah.
Like it's
It's pretty serious.
Yeah, it's very.
You'll
serious.
probably finish an episode, you have to sit down and do
Yeah.
some breathings like,
Yeah.
okay, everything's
right.
fine.
You're like, I don't know if I want to binge too many of these in a row because it could be a little heavy, but it's totally worth watching. A great show.
And they had us waiting for like 3 years or 2 years, I'm not sure about, for the season 2.
About 2 years almost.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
Yeah, no, I mean they released the 2 episodes, the one about Rue and then the one about
Whatever her
the
name
other
is.
girl's name. I can't remember her name.
Oh,
at the moment.
I know it and now I can't
Jules.
think. Jules. There.
Jules, yes.
And those episodes were more because they couldn't really film it like during COVID. Like they
COVID.
would have wanted to. It was really just someone just talking, like as like a story.
Yeah.
But I'm excited to see the new season because I have been waiting. When the first season ended, I was like, oh my God, I want more. Even and like I would listen to the music. The soundtrack was really good. Like
Same.
yeah, it's a good show.
It's a good show, great cast,
Mhm.
you know. So, you know, I don't know if I told you I told you that time that I was walking home and from the store
Oh yeah,
and it was raining outside and I had like my groceries with me and I had like a 12-pack of like ginger ale or something in my hand, and like it got wet, and it like at the stoplight it like broke and all the cans fell out. And then like some people, like this guy and this woman, jumped out of their cars, 2 separate cars, to like start helping me pick up the sodas. And I look up and it's Eric Dane, the dad from Euphoria. The hottie.
Yeah.
And he's like
the daddy.
He's like helping me pick my sodas.
He just randomly came out of the, like, helped him pick. Isn't that wild?
He jumped out of the car and started helping me. And I looked up, I was like, oh.
Yeah. Wow. You're like, oh, is this how it starts?
Right. I was like, oh.
Should we go find a hotel?
Yeah, he was super nice. I actually messaged him on Instagram to say thank you, and he actually messaged me back. So he's a really nice guy.
You're like, I actually just live right up the street.
Right.
Would you
I'm
mind
like-
helping me carry these ginger ale cans up to my apartment?
Anytime you want to stop by.
Wow.
Yeah, it's totally, that was totally an LA moment.
Yeah.
You
That
know?
was really cool. And shit like that don't happen to me.
It was weird. I looked up and I was like, oh.
Yeah.
Hi.
Actually, no, the one time I sat next to Jay Leno, that was
Oh, that's
that was
right.
interesting. Not as hot.
not as hot. But Adam and I had dinner with Jalen and his wife.
did.
We literally had dinner with them. It was crazy.
We were the only people in the restaurant. And they sat him. Like sometimes the 2-seater tables are like right next to each other, and for some reason they sat them right next to us.
And there was
So,
like an
there
inch
was, like,
between
this
our
much space.
tables.
I literally could have just like touched his
Yeah.
like elbow, and he's sitting there with his wife, and me and Steven are just like,
Yeah.
I don't even know what to talk about right now
'Cause
because
we-
Jay Leno's sitting right next to us.
Yeah. And we had just gotten back from market days in Chicago. So, of course, we wanted to talk about our shenanigans. But it was like he was in the Adam goes to the bathroom, and then they sat them down next to us. And like they sat down and they said, hey, how's it going? I was like, oh, great. How are you? And I'm like, so I text Adam. I'm like, they just sat Jay Leno like literally right next to you, and his wife is next to me. It was so weird because like,
It's almost like he wanted to start a conversation with them.
yeah, we didn't
they
know
were
what to
that
do.
close.
Yeah, it was.
But I don't think they really wanted to talk to anybody.
Yeah, but it was so strange that they sat them. The whole restaurant was open, and our
Maybe that's
tables
their-
were
maybe
literally
that's
an
their
inch apart.
table.
I mean, we would have gladly moved, but it was just awkward. I don't know. Anyways, so we digress.
Yeah, we digress. I feel like we should probably get into
Let's
the
get
episode.
into
We were
it.
just rambling on and on. But that's what I love to
So,
do.
LA moments.
Yeah,
LA
LA
moments. So we have a wonderful guest with
Yes,
us.
we have a wonderful guest again, Dax Lopez. I don't know. I'm super excited to have you. I guess let's kind of just jump into your story. You know, like where are you originally from?
I'm from Mexico, state of Sonora, right under Arizona. Not that far from here, actually. That's why LA, it was my choice to actually move on in my life. I'm not that far from home, so it worked.
Awesome.
So when did you move to LA?
It was the summer 2017. I actually live in San Francisco for the first 3 months.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, is that when I start like actually going out, start go-go dancing and being familiar with the environment. But I knew I had to be in LA, so it just took me 3 months, and I was like down here, and it's been home since then. Actually, LA felt home compared to San Francisco. San Francisco felt cool, but not home. LA felt home.
Yeah, I
Here
agree.
we are.
It's too cold in San Francisco. Your other home.
It's so
feels
cute,
like
though.
home
It's
to
so
me.
cute.
Yeah, no, San Francisco. So when you moved to LA, did you move with intentions to dance?
Yeah. Dance is like what been moving me since I was like 17.
Yeah.
So yeah, LA I think is the center of the world of dance. I mean New York too, but more for like what I wanna dance. So LA was like the best choice.
LA's much more commercial.
Commercial,
You know,
for
yeah,
sure.
New York is very like stage Broadway type of like if you want to do that, you go to New York. But if you want to do a lot of commercial dancing, this is the place to be.
What type of dance do you typically do? Or you
I
into?
do hip hop, and my favorite one is reggaeton, which is like same but with Latin music.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
So LA is perfect for that.
Yeah, I agree. It's really cool.
Take dance class is like my favorite thing in the world, so it's just like perfect city.
So were you going to like Edge and IDC and all those
Millennium,
yeah, all those the dance places, the places you have to be.
Yeah, after pandemic, it's pretty much the same studio, just different names.
Oh, right. Yeah. I guess you're not seeing as many dance videos. Everybody's usually like posting all their dance videos at the studios. It's a little different now.
Absolutely.
And you were dancing back in Mexico, you said too.
Yeah, my career in Mexico was cool. I was a dance teacher, and I had like few groups with a lot of students, which is to teach me a lot. And it was a really cool experience, a really cool connections with people. And then I worked in Cancun, dancing in resorts for a couple years. Actually, a really cool experience, and the party there was like really cool too. Straight but cool.
Yeah.
And then I was like, okay, things moved. It's time to move to LA, and then it happened.
Yeah.
Did you ever think about dancing on a cruise ship?
Well, now after the story that I've heard,
Well,
I
no,
think that will be fun.
Yeah. Well, yes
Yeah.
and no. It would. Yeah. Well, we'll talk about that another time. It would be fun. So when did you decide that you wanted to dance? Like when did you decide that you wanted dance to be your career choice?
I think when I just started doing it and realized that it was what it was making me more happy. It was around when I was 17, actually kind of late. You know, like professional dancers start dancing when they're like barely can walk.
Yeah.
To me, it was like
come out of the womb and they're just doing all these moves.
I wish I started that dance though. But no, I was like 17, 18, and then was like, okay, I guess this is where I'm gonna like develop my life, you know. I just felt it, and I still feel it right now.
I can tell it. I can tell when I watch you dance. You can just tell when somebody's like super passionate about what they do. So I definitely see that when you dance.
Once dance is there, all you can do is go with it. Trust.
Absolutely.
Did you have any support from your family or anybody were they supportive, or were people like, okay, yeah, dance, you know?
That's a good question. It was kind of both. Like they didn't tell me no, don't dance, but at the same time, I had to figure it out by myself. So I was like, I went to college, I graduated from graphic design, but I was actually picking up my classes and everything according to my dance classes that I want to take. Yeah. So I was like, okay, I have to figure it out with college, but I want to have this afternoon or evening free so I can go dance and teach and shit. So it pretty much worked really well.
Yeah. That's good. I only ask because like when I was a kid growing up, like when we were in elementary school, when it was your birthday, they would like read out that it was your birthday and they'd say what you wanted to be when you grow up. And I always said I wanted to be a dancer, like always, always, always. And I remember this one teacher was like, you should want to be something else. Like you should want to be like a doctor or a lawyer or something like that to make it seem like dancing was not good enough. And I remember for a while that was like just stuck in my head that a grown-up had told me that you should want to do, you know what I mean? It's very interesting how people can mold, like an adult can mold a child's like life and outlook. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I still did it. I mean, I didn't do it as like my only career choice, but I still did it. But it's just like, it's just important to have support. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I actually wanted, when I was younger, I wanted to be a choreographer. That was my dream.
Really?
Yeah. And I didn't feel, it's not that I wouldn't have been supported by my family. I just didn't actually ask them like, hey, this is something I want to do. Yeah. Will you enroll me in things? Will you? Because I was nervous about the stigma. The stigma, yeah. Like people already like making fun of me and bullying me, and like, and so I was just like, I don't want to make them add more fuel to the fire. And like, so this
you
flaming
came out
homo.
in your tap shoes.
But you knew.
I knew, and it's just like, and it is. I don't want to say one of like my regrets in life, because I'm very happy with how my life has gone, and I think I chose a path that was safe, you know, in terms of my career, and it's done me well, and I'm very grateful for that. But I can't be mad about it. But I always think about if I just took what I actually wanted to do when I was younger and like went with it, how different my life would be. You know, I think about it all the time.
I do too.
I think about how different my life would be if it wouldn't for dance.
Yeah.
Like I really have no idea what I'll be doing.
And you'd probably end up in some random career that like, I don't know I would be doing this.
I don't know. Probably a gym trainer or something like that, which is not that bad, but you know, like dance is way more interesting.
Yeah. No, I mean, honestly, it just, that means you're doing the right thing and what you should be doing. Because like, I just feel like a lot of times too with like adults had you told your parents that, like, they were from a school of like, oh, you should be a professional this or that, and
which is crazy because, like, I mean, I love my parents and no shade, but like they didn't go to school, they didn't go to college, so
which is probably why they would have tried to push you.
Yeah,
to do
they
it,
would have
though.
pushed me, and I thought because they didn't, I need to go to college. I need to get a
Same.
degree in something I can get a career in and be successful and like make good money. And
Same with me.
and which is what I wanted. But I also, like, now that I'm a little bit older, I'm like, I kind of wish I would have done what my heart wanted more than what my brain was thinking. But anyway, it's not about me.
I know, right? We're like,
like, oh, this is like nice therapy session.
I know. No, but I mean, I just asked that because I went through that because I wanted my whole life to be like, I was like, I just want to dance. I want to dance. And it was just because, being a kid and seeing certain things on TV with dance and seeing people like Janet and Michael, like, it just made me wanted to dance.
It's a fire that you can describe. Like, it just happens.
Yeah, no, it does.
It's like a minute music comes on, you're just like, I feel like I have to move or something.
Well, that's why I feel like you listen to music differently, right? Like, you listen to music differently. Like, you hear certain songs and it moves you. Like, you come up with choreo, you come up with stage shows. You're like, okay, and then those people are going to come over here and they're going to just, and somebody's going to do a flip.
Feel like you hear more like somebody who dances or has a passion for it or whatever. Like, you hear more of like the beats in between.
I think everything in general, like lyrics, beats, like dynamics of the music, everything.
You listen to it differently. So,
and life is a celebration. So we're here to dance and be the best,
That's true.
live our best life.
Dip it and do it.
Me a little bit of chills.
Okay,
Put
so
some custom.
let's do it.
Right.
So you're here in LA. You're teaching dance, right? Did you teach dance here in LA or in Mexico?
I'm teaching choreography here because I'm choreographing GPS shows and now the new shows, but not teaching classes.
Okay, all right. So how do you like doing GPS shows?
It's actually, I'm falling in love with the kind of music that I choreograph right now, like circuit music. Like, I never heard it before, and now I'm like, it really, really moves me. It really moves my body, it moves my soul. And actually, I'm happy with the progress that we've been having.
You guys look good. Like, the last few GPSs that I've gone and I've looked up and seen you guys dance, and I'm like, all right, bitch. Okay, because normally I'm correcting shit. I'm like, they should did this, and this. But y'all been looking good. I have to give you, listen, you got to get props when they're due.
Yeah.
Good job.
Very good. I've very much enjoyed any time you put a routine on at a circuit party.
Glad to hear that.
Yeah.
Yes.
I actually got to at Sergio's party and at the Oakland Pride Fest, I got to kind of like, there was an upstairs area, like watch them rehearse, and it was like kind of cool because I was just like watching them rehearse beforehand and then watching the actual show, and I just felt like a little groupie, like a little fangirl, like, oh my god, I just saw that.
Rehearsals are so much fun. Rehearsals are fun.
Yeah.
No, I like that, and that, like, because circuit is not my go-to music. I am starting to like it more and more, but it's not like, I don't, outside of like a party, I don't typically listen to it, to be honest, but I can dance to whatever. But I really do like, is it challenging working with all the different dancers? Because you have different levels. It's not like everybody who dances at GPS or any of the other parties, not everybody's a professional dancer.
No, I have all the type of dancers, and it's a challenge to try to mix all of them together, make them work well. But I think I have it working really well. I have working really well. So it depends of the energy, my preference. So I have like really good dancers. Sometimes they have attitude, or sometimes I have like dancers with less preparation, but really good energy. So I will prefer that for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So does everybody do the routines or just some? Because I know there's some boys and I'm like, okay, I know she can't do a 5, 6, 7, or 8. But
no, we have a dance team.
I'm so messy. I'm like, look, I know she can't do nothing. No, I'm just being silly.
Yeah.
So you have like a group of the boys that
we have a dance team for sure. Before it used to be just like all of us and try to make something. Now we have our dance team, and it's like been working really well. I'm happy. I'm excited for like keep doing it and see what's come in the future for sure.
You should start having auditions though.
You know what? You
need to start having auditions.
How you know? We actually been talking about that.
You need to do
sure.
that. No, for real.
I was gonna ask actually. So before we get into that, I guess I was wondering, like, are you doing like, what other events are you doing right now? Is it just kind of solely circuity, or are you focusing on other areas?
Pues
too?
right now that with the new club, Heart on Wijo, we're gonna start doing shows there.
Yeah.
And right now it's like it's the beginning process, but for sure it's gonna evolve, and we're just gonna try to make it bigger and better
Yeah.
every time.
Because that opens next month.
Yeah,
right?
February.
Yeah,
February
I
for
think I saw
sure.
that,
It's
yeah.
right here.
Yeah,
know,
it's gonna
I'm
be
so
on-
excited.
We're gonna go. We're definitely gonna go and support. That's gonna be
yes.
fun.
Yeah, can't wait to see you there. That'll be really, really cool.
I have fond memories of performing in that club, though. It was fun. It was a lot. That place was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It really was a lot.
That's
of
what
fun.
I've heard. I have heard a lot of good stories about Rage.
It
for
was
sure.
fun. It really was a good time.
So you'll be doing that, and then I guess where you want to go, where you see yourself in the future. You kind of mentioned the auditions. Is that something you're kind of thinking about doing?
Yeah, because there's a lot of people who comes and ask about, hey, I want to perform with you guys. I want to be part of that. So eventually it's like, yes, we definitely have to be open up an auditions because we haven't done that before. It's all the
Sure.
time. It's all the time just by the who managed the dancers to bring this to me. But no, audition, it will be something appropriate to do for sure. And I know like we can find like new talent and people who wants to be there and just
Of
make it
course.
work.
This is Los Angeles. If you come to audition for something, you want to be a part of
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
You know
And
what
if
I mean?
people are already reaching out to you, asking you, like, and you don't even have, I think that takes a lot of the work out of
Yeah.
it. It's like, and it helps you. Not only are you a good dancer, and I'm sure a great teacher, but you have a good energy about you, so that helps.
It could be
people.
called like the so like I watched the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders show where they're making that. Don't laugh because it's real good. where they making the team. So you can make the squad of 36, but they have a show group and you have to audition for that group too. And if you make that group, that's like the special smaller group of the girls that like travel the world for special performances and stuff like that. So you can be on the team, but to like be in the show group, you got to be extra good.
Yeah.
So
That's how it works.
Yeah.
That's how it works for sure.
that's what y'all got to do. But I think you should do that. You heard it here first, folks. Auditions are coming up.
Yeah, give me all that advice for sure.
Oh gosh.
That's awesome. So what else do you do for fun when you're not dancing?
I pretty much try to balance my life because that can be too much, like being in the party scene all the time. It can be like, I love it, but sometimes you need to go to the other side. And when I'm not there, I'll just try to work out or try to chill, try to go to the calm side of life and experience, and going to hikes, work out, and read a good book. So I'm open to any good recommendations. I know you're about TV shows. I know you're a
I
TV
love
show
books
guy.
too. I haven't been reading a lot lately, but I used to be a total bookworm, so love books.
Yeah,
but
I don't read a whole lot.
well, you can audiobook. You can
Yeah.
like do the audiobooks. Like some people do those. Like if you drive along to, like maybe when you drive to San Francisco, you can put an audiobook.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to start doing that because I've realized, 6 hours of like my music over and over again. Now that I've been going to San Francisco more, I'm like, okay, I need something else.
Yeah, you need something.
Maybe I need more podcasts.
But that's
We can listen to us ourselves.
well, there's a podcast about eating and everything. So you got to find your genre,
true.
and like mine is true crime. I'll listen to some true crime stuff in a heartbeat. But anyways, we get off topic very easily.
I know.
So,
to that.
I know, right? So you are in the club scene a lot because of your job. How is your personal life?
My personal life.
Are we dating? Are we not? Do we want to? Are we done? Do we hate men?
Oh no.
No, actually, I'm in a stage of my life that I'm really excited about love. But I definitely changed my definition of love and relationships because I don't know if you guys know, but I was married for 3 years and a half.
Oh no, I didn't know.
I just finished.
To a man. Okay, I just gotta ask.
That's a legit question.
Actually,
Yeah.
it's a good question. You never know, right? No, yeah, it was a man. It was like a really, really authentic love. I would say, like, who teach me what love was. But we ended our relationship last summer,
Yeah.
and it changed everything. It changed like my definitions, like my standards, what I want, what I need. It teach me a lot. So right now I'm like really open to everything. To be honest with you, that I learned to myself that I need like 4 or 5 husbands or boyfriends. I don't know.
That's so funny because
I don't
was
function with
literally about to ask you, both of you, if you think what you thought about, like, do you need multiple? Do you think we're meant to be? I don't know if you're meant to be with one person for the rest of your natural life. I mean, it could be a long time.
If you live 99 years.
Right. And then you only had sex like with that person for the last 60. I mean,
I think it's whatever works for you.
Right.
In my personal case, no, I can function with just one person. So I will my goal is to have like 5 husbands or something like that.
Really?
And I want all of them.
So you want like a relationship with all these people, not just like an open relationship where you're having sex with other people, but like
that too. And they can do that too for sure. No one's offended. I mean, that's my goal, I'm putting my energy into that, and I want all of them to love each other too. Yeah. So it's not competition or anything like that.
That's a big ask.
I mean,
I can barely get mean, it took me so long to meet Sergio, someone that I really love. And like you add another person in the mix in a relationship, because I never really thought it would be like I'd be in an open relationship. I always thought I would more want to be monogamous, but now we're kind of going down that path, and it's fun. But like I think if you add another person emotionally, I don't know. Like we have a lot of emotion as 2 individuals.
I think I could do 3 of us. 5 might be too many.
1 too many.
5 might be too many, but I could do like 3.
I would only want 1
4,
one relationship. The sex is a different story, but
true. I mean, the thing is though, I've been saying this, and this has been my thing for a very long time. There's no blueprint for a relationship, right? Yeah. Like we've all been shoved things as we've grown up that you need to have this traditional relationship, and we're all realizing that that's bullshit. You don't. So what works for me and this guy may not work for me and this guy. You know what I mean? So it's all on an individual basis, I think. Yeah. So there's, for you and that person, you got to figure out the way that works for you and that person or persons, So I just think that's something to always remember. There's no blueprint. And also you have to figure out and be honest with yourself about what you want and what works for you. Because so many people go into it lying, saying that they can give this person monogamy when they know they can't or don't want to.
And that for me is, I would never want to put that on, because that was my thought process going into a new relationship, was I don't want us to hook up with anybody else, because I just wasn't used to it. Now
Which is legit if it works for you, if that's your thing and it worked.
Now I'm like opening my mind to it a little bit more, especially after being in the scene for, the past however many years, and kind of being a little bit more comfortable with myself, and then also being with somebody who's showing me to be more comfortable with myself. It's kind of opening my mind sexually, and it's fun, but it's also a process, and something that I'm learning, and we're learning together. And so it's like it's interesting how it is based on who you're with. Yeah,
totally based off who you're with.
So, but I think that's cool.
But 5 might be a lot.
But for example, it sounds a lot, but I see it like as a family. Like for example, I'm not planning to have kids, or I'm not planning to do the kind of family. So I see my 5 husbands as my family,
No, I get it. I get where you're coming from, though. I really do. But 5 might be a lot.
I just can't wait to see.
I can't wait to see the future.
I wish I had a crystal ball right now.
Watch, it's going to be me. It's going to be me with 5.
You have 5 husbands.
A wedding show, dance show with 5 husbands.
That would be dope. Oh, God. Could you imagine?
I don't know, because 1 didn't work, so I guess I have to go for more.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but whatever works, And the thing is, like, when it's happening, when it starts working, you'll know when it's working, you'll know when it's not. You know what I mean? It's like we figure it out. Yeah. Somehow, some way.
It depends on the people you're with.
Yeah.
Person, whatever. However you want to define it or say.
How the world has changed.
It depends. Yeah.
I love it. I'm here for it.
I am too, actually. Like whatever works for you.
I know. My mind is like definitely opening up a lot more, and it's just it's
when you start doing those cruises, honestly,
You're
though,
never gonna be the same.
You're
Never.
no, really, like mine kind of opened when I started working them, and I started to run into different types of relationships, and then I start to look at things a little bit differently, and like, oh, well, maybe I could do this, or maybe I couldn't do that, or stuff like that. So
I don't want to be open separately. We tried that. It didn't work well.
yeah, I don't think that works for you
I
guys.
just-
Knowing the both of you,
I get too jealous.
yeah, that's not going to work. But at least
I
know.
like it together because and then I'm learning that because it's kind of it's just like it's kind of hot. It like turns me on. But like the separately thing, I'm just like always wondering what the other person's doing.
But at least you know that.
Yeah.
In my case, I'm in a personal mind training that I don't want to get jealous about anything in the world.
But sometimes it happens.
You don't get jealous.
I mean, I get jealous, but those are the feelings that I try to erase. So whatever triggered me in a jealous way, I'm gonna work on myself. I'm not gonna tell anything to my partner to change anything. So I'm kind of there right now.
That's
What do you
good.
guys think?
That's a great way to try to look at an outlook.
Yeah, I see it. If you're triggered about something, it's work that you have to do yourself,
Yeah,
not
it's
to
usually
change the other
It's
person.
usually an internal thing. Jealousy comes from somewhere, an insecurity, or I've learned that about myself, and I feel like it all depends. Also, for me, what I'm learning, I'm talking so much about relationships right now, but I'm learning that it's important that the other person respects the fact that you might still be going through your own insecurities that are bringing out jealousy, and they're willing to work with you. Otherwise it doesn't work, the relationship ends.
Absolutely.
And so that's what I've enjoyed about this experience, is that even when I have those moments, the person that I'm with is still respectful of, like, even I could be a total bitch because I'm being jealous about something that's stupid, So anywho.
Well, you need to start meditating like Dax did.
I have been. I
see?
actually
You
been.
are?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I started over the I don't know, it's probably been a couple months, but I do it on and off. But it's just off the Calm app. But they have some really good ones on there, and like I don't like to take a lot of time to do it because I've just we're all busy and whatever. But for me it's been super helpful. And I can tell when I the weeks that I do it more, I feel just my anxiety is less, and because I have a lot of anxiety as a person, so it's been helpful for me.
What's your meditation ritual?
Yeah.
Like, how often do you do it?
Right now, it's every night before I go sleep. For sure, I try to meditate at least 15 minutes. But I became good at it during the pandemic, actually. That's when I started doing it. And I was like, we were at home all the time.
Yeah.
And I was doing it like for an hour in the afternoon, then an hour in the night. It was like a lot.
That's a long time.
It is a long time.
That's a
Of
really
course
long
it
time.
did
I do like 10 minutes. I'm like, oof, girl. Of course. I'm like wiping the sweat off.
It didn't start like that for sure, but it became to that for the last like 7 months of pandemic, because I actually got it. Sometimes it's like sometimes it's hard to like get it, like, okay, what I'm doing, but it clicked on me. So it was like really, really cool. I mean, I don't want to get into too mystical right now, but I had some both experience, like couple experiences that like teach me, oh, this shit is real.
Yeah.
So it was like I get it more into it, like, and it was like really, really, really helpful. I think it really literally changed my mind. I don't want to be like, oh my God, but yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
I do more yoga. I should probably do a little bit more meditating though, but I'm more of a yoga guy. So
Yoga is really, really fun too.
yeah, I like doing yoga.
It's kind of like a meditation
Kinda.
in a sense.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
meditating, but with poses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You look fierce.
Right. I'm like,
It's stretching.
yeah, I do. I
No,
I
I do
like
not
it
look
though.
fierce when I do yoga. I'm not flexible, so I look really awkward.
Well, it takes
But-
time.
but
you like anything else, you just get better with it over time.
It's weird with meditating. I felt at first when I started doing it, I was just like, what am I doing? I'm just like sitting here. I felt a little weird.
It does.
But then there was one time, like in the beginning, that I just completely like just felt so connected to myself. And I came out of it and I was like, holy shit, that's what this is. Like, that's why people do this.
Yeah.
You know, and you just kind of forgot about everything else. And
yours was like somewhere else.
yeah.
That's awesome. I think it's really good for everybody to take some time for themselves.
Whatever it is.
Yeah.
It's important.
It is.
We're constantly going in life, and like I have to go here and do this for this person, and go meet this person, and go there. Like, and like sometimes you just be like, okay, I'm a human being. This is me existing right now at this very moment.
We're
Absolutely.
busybodies.
Yeah.
So what's next? So we know you're gonna start dancing and doing the choreo for Heart. So what do you want to do? Like, where are we going here?
Where do you see yourself in the future?
Oh, wow.
Not that, I mean, you can answer that
Honestly,
any kind of way you
any
want
way
to.
you
'Cause
want.
when
If you-
people are like, "What are your 5-year plan?" I'm like, "Bitch, I don't know."
Like, this isn't an interview.
Right.
No,
It is an interview.
I definitely see myself doing more shows for sure. Like I wanna be in charge of shows. Even like I've been thinking to have my own dance team and sell shows in resorts in Mexico, which is I did before.
Yeah.
But it's so crazy that I manifested that here.
Yeah.
Like now I'm doing my own shows here, but like that's something I always wanted to do. So here's like the perfect spot right now because I'm doing like with gay men. I always visualize that I was good doing it with girls.
Yeah.
But now I'm doing it with gay men. It's like so dope. So I feel like really blessed about that. I definitely want to follow that road and eventually like expand
Yeah.
with gays, girls, straight,
Good.
everything.
Yeah,
And then
it's still
go other countries and shit. Mm-hmm.
It's like it's a niche in a sense, and if you're good at it and what you are, so like, yeah.
So let's put that in existence right now. So
Yeah.
we, like
put it out there in the
for sure.
universe.
You know, part of I think the struggle in life for very many people is trying to figure out what it is that they actually really want to do.
Yeah.
So knowing what you want to do is half of the battle. Period.
Yeah.
Like it really is half of the
I know.
battle.
I get so
You
jealous.
know? Yeah, really. it's like having that clear direction of what you want to do in your life is half of the battle. You know, because that's where most people struggle. Because you end up in a job that you don't really want to do, but you're trying to figure out what it is that your passion is, so you can try to turn that passion into your job
And
to actually
some
make a
people-
living off of it.
And so a lot of people just don't act on their passion, like me, because of fear. So
Yeah.
it's like,
Well, after you get to a certain point, you're
Yeah.
like, well,
I know,
shit,
I'm
I
like,
make a
well,
good
bitch, I'm
amount
too
of money.
old now.
I'm old. I don't want to. Yeah, it's true. That's half of the battle, I say. But there are some people that have been lucky enough to figure out at an early age and kind of do it and get to serve the purpose that it is that you're supposed to be doing.
yeah.
You know,
So congrats. Oh man.
Always focus on in the positive things, you know, that will help for sure. I think that's been helping me a lot the last few years.
It's
For
good.
sure.
Definitely.
we love that
Yeah.
positivity.
Well, I feel like we've just
We
babbled on.
we
and
really
on,
did.
but
Mostly
it was all,
you,
yeah,
but-
no, it was all me. But yeah.
I love it.
I think with that being said, we should probably go into our final segment.
Yep.
Ma'am,
what do you think? All right,
Okay.
Adam has the card.
Yeah, so this is we just like pick a card from this lovely random pile of cards.
Right.
And we just ask you a question and then we'll answer as well. So, ma'am, what do you think about dancing on the table with no underwear on? This is fitting, but I feel like you wear underwear when you're dancing. I'll let you answer.
With no underwear.
No underwear.
I think that will probably need like few shots before I do it. But I'll do it.
All right.
But I want to see everyone do it.
Yeah, so you're not the only one.
I'm here for it. Why not? You only live once.
YOLO.
Get up and do it. You know.
You know, I feel like it would take a lot of confidence for me just to get up there with my underwear on. So like I'm gonna start with that and like we can see.
Well, are you wearing something else? Just no underwear under it?
Just maybe I'm just going commando. I have
Yeah.
pants on still.
And you're like,
But I have just no underwear on.
you're not naked. But,
Just make sure someone record that.
Yeah.
right. I feel like recently we were somewhere where we had shorts on with no underwear, and I had some on that were kind of see through. So I guess I've done that. We'll talk about that later.
I've definitely danced on a table.
Oh yeah.
I mean, and as a go-go, I haven't, but I'm speaking about,
You will be
you go-goed before too, right?
I did it.
Yeah.
I did. A couple actually
I wasn't
at
officially
Rage once a long time ago.
I
Or
wasn't
twice.
officially go-going, so I was dancing on a table with my underwear on just cuz.
Because she was girls going wild.
Just cuz. Probably because I had one too many shots.
Probably because she was drunk.
Hey, ma'am, how you feel about it?
It was fun at the time. I don't think I, remembered every second of it, but it was fun. I think it was in San Francisco, actually.
Oh wow.
Yeah, one of the times I visited a long time before I even met Sergio. Way before.
That time maybe was it that time I don't know.
I think it was.
It's a
We
blur.
went to Bo. I
Yeah.
think I just remember getting really drunk and going up on one of the go-go boxes.
It's
Bo
a-
was my first club I ever go with.
Really?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So it's like special.
This is in a place near to your heart.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, that's fun place. Yeah. Well, I think that wraps up the episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm just so happy you came on. It was like
Thank you. This is like my old podcast fantasy happening.
Yeah, we popped your podcast your virginity.
Yeah, we popped your podcast cherry.
Yeah.
It felt like that actually.
We're here to help.
Yeah, seriously. No, I'm super glad you came on. I loved hearing your story, and I think you're super talented. I love watching you dance. I love the routines you put on for the shows that we go to, the circuit parties and whatnot. Really excited for what you have coming in the future. Where can people find you or follow you or stalk you or whatever you want to put out there?
You want to put a face to these boys?
Yes.
Well, I'm Dax Lopez, and you can find me on Instagram, DXMillion. Just like that, easy.
Okay, and we'll tag you in the
tag
post
you.
when we do it.
We'll tag you. He's a pretty face, people. You'll be happy to follow him.
Yes, very much so. That's good. And you can also follow me at Adman2005, Steven
at Green Eye Steve.
and then please follow our podcast as well at Adam and Steve Podcast.
Yes, get on that, people.
Get on it. Get
We're
on it.
We're trying to
get
that up.
Do this organically here. No,
I know.
no buying followers. But thank you everyone for listening to today's episode. Hope you enjoyed it. Remember that, and until next time, remember that God made Adam and Eve, but He also made
Adam and Steve.
any problems.
Pray about it.